Hey there, I wanted to make a follow-up video to the one I just made about hip-hop. I missed two main points I want to talk about. The first one is I forgot to talk about NWA and Ice Cube, Easy, and Dr. Dre. NWA came out in, I want to say it was the late 80s, might have been the early 90s actually. But they came out right when the East Coast hip hop was getting big, and if you listen to the Illuminati, they say that they put out NWA, that they're the reason that hip hop and rap turned into what it is because they put out NWA and changed what people like because of it, which is true, except it wasn't the Illuminati. It was just all part of the plan to begin with by the Freemasons. When NWA came out, they were nothing like anything that was out at the time. They were talking "Killing Cops," which is one of their most popular songs, because they played it on the radio all the time, so they got people to like it. There's no one in their right mind that would necessarily like a song about killing someone. That doesn't even make sense. Why you would want to listen to it? It was all about partying, doing drugs. They're really the ones that started all of that type of rap music. And that's exactly how they spin the story, which is why the Illuminati put them out, and they changed the culture of hip-hop because of it. But that's completely false, because it was just part of the plan to make it look like there was someone in the middle, just like a lot of other things. And then after that, Eazy-E died from AIDS, I believe it was, and Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, as you see, went on to be very, very successful in what they're doing. Dr. Dre went on to be a producer, which he was, and then he made tons of, or he produced for tons of people, and after doing that, he released the Dr. Dre Beats, and along with Johnny Iovine, who is a Jew, and they just the last year, the year before, the Beats got bought out by Apple, of course, because this is all controlled, this was all planned and set up, and Dr. Dre posted a video saying he's the first nigger with $1 million or $1 billion. Who cares? Because he's already got on everyone's head, and he's making people think that it matters when it doesn't. He's all part of the game, and so is NWA and everything that they tried to say that they did over there. Which that I wanted to mention that because that was something that I definitely think proves that it's all set up. Just how that happens. It's all scripted. It's all scripted. I'm sure if I broke it down with Gematria, it would all be even more scripted by the numbers. Then, besides Dr. Dre, Ice Cube went on to be a movie star, which he stars in so many children movies, which is no mistake. I've never really watched any of those movies. I've watched some of his other movies that he is in, his comedies that he's in, which he's always the cop. He's always the cop in the movies. Why would he be the cop if he's talking about killing cops when he first comes out? That makes no sense. That he's going to support anything that has to do with cops. Because cops are owned by the Freemasons. They're all part of the game that they play on us. They're not to protect us. They're to keep us in line as the slaves where we are. They're to keep the laws in place for us, because the laws aren't for them, including the cops. It's very obvious, depending on which one you're talking to. But he went on to do a bunch of movies, and he's a movie star now. How does that work? That transition is so easy because he's already acting. He's already an actor. He's already playing along and doing exactly what he needs to do. So when he goes into acting, it's not that hard. People think that it's this hard thing to do to act. Anyone can act. You just lie. People do it every day because they're compulsive liars, and and tell more lies to get out of their lies. That's how a lot of people are because of the programming and how the people are that they're watching. They're just lying to us. They're not good actors, they're good liars. That's really all I wanted to say about them. Then the other thing I forgot to mention is KRS-One said that all concerts are sacred ceremonies. They're all rituals taking place, which he says that because they did the same thing in ancient Egypt. They would have rituals and ceremonies where they would get on a stage of some sort, possibly the pyramids, and they would put on a show for the people who were watching, to rhythm and some type of music, whatever they did back then. According to him, it was some type of rhyming and rap, just like hip-hop is today. That's why he says it's the ancient civilization reincarnated. But if you really think about that all concerts are rituals and ceremonies, and we're going to these, putting our money, which is our energy, into them. We're giving them our money through, or our energy through money. Then because they're rituals, they're also taking our energy through the rituals that they're doing that we don't even understand at all, because it's all a cult. And when you're there cheering, singing along with the song, when they put the mic out for you to sing, you're giving all of your energy up, and they're garnishing it all from us when they're doing that. And I mean, I've really never been. I've been to a few concerts. I never really liked going to concerts. Maybe that's why. But I think that's pretty telling that he said that they're all ceremonies. He says a lot of things that are like that. That when I think about him now, that are so like it's so obvious that he's just part of the game, and he's really in control of this game, of the hip hop game. Another thing he said was that him and Rakim, I think Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., Big Daddy Kane, Grandmaster Flash, like a lot of these people, he said, are enlightened beings. Their souls are special souls that aren't like other ones. That's why they're here and in the place that they are, and that's why they're teaching us what they are through their music. Which I think is pretty funny, that he says that. I'll probably end up making more videos about things that he says as I remember them, but he's definitely one that, when I think back, that what he is saying is directly with how the world is, and he's just trapped everyone to think that it's something else in how he's talking, because they're so brainwashed and programmed because of it. But that's all I wanted to say. Have a good night.